So last month, let's say you spent $5,000 on ads and get 500 leads, which sounds good, right? But what if you didn't close any of those leads? And I'm going to tell you the exact system we use to get more leads that actually convert and have a higher intent to buy. So if you're running ads right now, you're probably making one of these expensive mistakes. The one I see all the time is just making your forms way too easy to fill out without any proper lead qualification or conditional logic. So you're basically optimizing for quantity rather than quality. And that is a mistake, especially for B2B offers. That is always a mistake. You always want to optimize for quality leads rather than quantity. So let's talk about why most businesses just waste their ad budget. Most of them see like a low cost per lead and think they're doing well, but that's not really the case. A $10 lead that never converts is more expensive than a $100 lead that turns into a $3,000 client. One of them, you lost $10. One of them, you gained $2,900. So the first problem I just mentioned is that most businesses just like use Facebook forms and they keep it super simple, which is a mistake. So the first problem, as I just mentioned, is businesses use basic forms. They'll ask for name, phone, email, and done. So you're quite literally asking for garbage leads. Because here's what happens when you do that. Meta has this autofill feature where as soon as you click on a form, Meta is going to detect the email section, the phone section, and also the full name section. And it's going to autofill the information with what you have initially signed up as. And what it does, it lets people autofill those with one click, and they use incorrect information half the time. So when you do that, it's just people giving you outdated information, or people are just like mindlessly clicking through those. So here's what you should do. You need to create a journey that makes them work. Force manual entry, ask qualifying questions, filter out time wasters early. This could be them typing in something manually. Don't make it easy for your leads, actually make it hard. That's a good thing. Add barriers in place to make sure that they have to go through all of those barriers to become a lead. So the second problem I want to mention is, and this is something you might be able to change, is you might need to stop using static ad images. If you are using static ad images, make sure it's at least custom made for the brand and the offer is like super engaging, and then you have like the actual backend system set up for the static image to work. What do I mean? So for example, if somebody clicks on the static ad image, they have to go to a VSL page where they actually see the video on what the process looks like, or they see a bunch of case studies. And after that, they have to go to a survey or like a qualifying form. And if they're not qualified, of course, the form exits. But if they are qualified, the form keeps continuing to the point where they end up with a booking page to book a call with you. The same logic applies to video creatives as well, but if you're using image creatives, make sure this is specifically active, because image creatives are just one of those things which are easily forgettable. So unless you are reaching out to your leads within 5 to 10 minutes, they will forget about the ad within 45 minutes. They don't know what it is. So here's what you can do. You can take 8 creatives, and I have a video on this too. I'll link it over here. So you need to create like 5 to 6 creatives, image creatives you can, and then test out all of how those perform. And let's say one of them particularly stand out on the performance basis. What you can do with the one that stands out is convert that into a video. Now, once you convert that into a video, you already have a proven concept of which image creative works the best, and use that image as a hook on the video. So for example, if the image says, we're going to do XYZ for you for only XYZ, you start with that hook. We're going to do XYZ for you just by doing XYZ. Now, the cool thing about the video is you can actually put more information within the same video. So image, of course, you read one thing, that is pretty much it. It's very like binary. You either click on it or not. Video, you can get more creative with. You can start off with a hook, you can add in more emotion into it, you can add in more effects, and you can most importantly add in more information for them to at least remember what they saw and then make the decision to click on the learn more button, which is just step 1. Now, the third problem I want to mention is the actual backend system. You need a content library prospects can explore. So this is content on your actual feed, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. You need some automated follow-up sequences. As soon as somebody opts in, what message or email should they receive? You need a clear qualification criteria. We've already mentioned this. You need to qualify your leads. What should this person be doing or should have in place for them to be a qualified lead for you? And number 4 is speed to lead under 5 minutes. This is very, very important. You need to make sure that you're reaching out to your leads super fast, because that's where they're the warmest. Imagine a pizza. As soon as you take it out of the oven, it's the warmest, it's the hottest. You want to eat it right then and there. But if you leave it on the counter for, let's say, like an hour or 2, it becomes cold. And after 6 hours, you probably might have to microwave it. You want to make sure as soon as the pizza's out, you eat it immediately. So let me also break down the math for you. So we have scenario A. So let's say you get 100 leads at $10 each, which is $1,000 spent. Let's say you get a 2% conversion rate, which is 2 clients, and the cost per acquisition is $500. Scenario B, 25 leads at $40 each, $1,000 spent, 15% conversion rate, and you get 4 clients, and the cost per acquisition is $250. So you get less leads, but your conversion rate is much higher, 2% versus 15%, and then cost per acquisition $500 versus $250. Now these are just example scenarios, but this is something you need to look at as well. Most people just look at the amount of leads rather than the conversion or the intent of leads. This is something you need to make sure that you're paying attention to, is the quality of the leads. So I'll just give you some action items on what to do as soon as you watch this video to get better quality leads. So the first thing is pretty simple. Just rebuild your forms with proper qualification steps. You need to make sure you add in more steps. Just stop having simple forms. Don't hesitate to put in more additional information, ask for additional information, and then aggressively qualify them. Create more direct creatives, telling people what you do and who you do it for in an easy to understandable manner. Again, you can use image creatives. I've already gave you my reasoning. You can start off with image creatives and then later on just use the best performing ones and convert those into video ones. But there are some cases where the image ones will outperform the video ones, so you need to just test a lot of these things. Not everything is apples to apples when it comes to ads and industries, but this is just direct general research on what you should be doing. And the last one is set up a proper backend system and implement the speed to lead. Very, very important you do all of these 3 things to improve lead quality. I know this can be lengthy and it might take you some time to do, but that is the price you have to pay in order for you to get better quality leads. Because if you avoid any of these steps, then it's just going to be difficult because everyone's running bad ads. Because most of the people are just running bad ads. There's no way around for us to put it. So if you want to improve your ads, you need to be implementing all these 3 things. And by the way, like, we do exactly this. If you want us to implement these strategies for you, just click the link below, book a strategy call. I'll analyze your current setup and tell you exactly what needs to change. Because remember, the goal isn't to get more leads, it's to get the right leads. So stop wasting money on unqualified leads and start building a system that actually converts.